Frank, great to see you back here on the show. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
Frank, for those people who aren't familiar with your story, what happened back in 2012?
We came to school that day, that morning. We started off in the cafeteria, and there was a young man that came in and wanted to kill our kids. And that day we lost a young man, and I was able to confront him, chase him out of the school, and we were able to keep him going in any classrooms, and we were able to save lives that day, and we need to learn from that situation.
So what do we learn from that situation? How could what happened in Oregon been different if they had armed guards at that school?
Not just armed guards, but police officers, trained police officers, SROs, school resource officers that are there every day working with the students, working with the administration. And look, as a school administrator, when someone comes and tells you that someone has a gun or someone has a knife, as an unarmed person, we're expected to go and confront that person with a weapon or something like that. We need to protect our children. It's not a blue state issue or a red state issue. It's a children's safety issue.
It seems like that because this school in Oregon is a gun-free zone, that the wording of its policy seems to imply that the state law that allows concealed carry arms actually would trump the school's policy. So shouldn't that have been the case there at that school, that the policy of the school gets trumped by state law?
Absolutely. Those two police officers that went against protocol and went in on their own and took down this killer, imagine if they'd have been there on post. If they'd have been there, perhaps we lose one life, perhaps we lose two lives. But I guarantee you, if they had been on duty, on post, on station at that school, lives would have been saved. And for us to sit here and to bicker about whether state law supersedes this or that, it's ludicrous. We need to save people's lives, and the only way we're going to do that is to have people there to protect them.
Well, the argument on the other side, though, right, which is we can't have guns locked up in a locker in schools, that's dangerous for the students. What do you say to that?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I'm saying the critics on the other side argue that the reason we have these gun-free zones, we can't obviously have guns near our students. We can't have them locked up in a locker safely in certain checkpoints around the school, that's a danger to our students.
Look, every day in America, kids bring guns to school. They bring knives to school. And not just inner city schools, middle American schools. There's an issue going on right now, and gun safety and mental health issues, they're very important. We need to have a conversation, but our schools need to be protected. That's the bottom line. We need to protect our schools. We need to have people in there that are trained and have the ability to do that.
And there's another hero in all of this, too, Chris Mintz, who was shot 7 times. Well, I'd be remiss if I didn't get your thoughts on that. What did you think of hearing him being shot 7 times chasing down this killer?
Those are the exactly type of people that we need in our schools to protect our children. That young man has a child at home, and yet he went ahead and did this. What if that young man was an SRO? I guarantee you he would have stepped up, done a great job in protecting those people. I mean, we need those type of people in our schools.
Frank Hall, well said. Great having you here on the show, as always. Thanks so much, Frank.
Thank you.
All right, we'll have more Fox and Friends in 2 minutes. Go to our Facebook